Emily's going first.
Chloe's going first.
I'm just really bad at writing.
Pinning down.
That's what I did.
It's kind of like a free write, so just hang with it.
Nice.
I'm in the
Call me
crowd.
average.
A lot has been made with how things transpired in the past. I've accomplished many things, but I will always be remembered for that frightful morning in July. Gentlemen understand the golden principle. Personal affairs should be resolved one way and in only one way, and that's personally. History, however, hasn't been kind to me. I was at the apex, the zenith, you may say, a colonel, a lawyer. Friends and foes alike knew what I was capable of. The world was there for the taking. One more vote, and I would have had it all. But things don't always fall into place. Things don't always go as planned. That's what I have learned. One wrong shot, and you begin your descent. Another mistake, and your wings are clipped forever. Within a few years, I took the frightful fall from grace. History has treated me harshly. I have been forced to play the villain in the story I once penned. But luckily, history is continuously written, and many years later, I'm seeing a change. No longer will my name be synonymous with that which is today. I shall be absolved of that which has been attributed to me. Remember, it is he who holds the sword that writes history. Thus, the question becomes, what will history say about you? Thank you.
Alright, this is a snap.
Alright, let's go ahead. Poetry reading.
That point, by the way, was about Erin Burr.
Or Erin Crossfield. Who knows? One wrong shot.
That's true.
Right,
You could be a colonel at any moment.
That's right. Our almost president, Erin.
That's right. Are you running for president?
Gosh, that boy.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I feel famous.
Oh.
Okay.
I think Emily volunteered to go.
Either way.
What's that?
What?
I might have missed something.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Are you good or mine's very
Go ahead.
short?
I think
Go
you should
for it.
doodle it out.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That was proven to be a bad decision. My past
You
events.
not read my. You not.
I know.
I never
listened
give
to
up. Try again.
Okay,
Well, somebody go.
I have authentic, amiable, red-haired, open-hearted, noble, beautiful, understanding, reasonable, remarkable. About Erin, but it's an acrostic with Erin Burr's name.
Acrostic. So I slightly valued length over quality because of Smith's guidelines.
Okay.
So here we go.
Very high school.
There. Very what? And college and grad school.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not college.
You probably did well in the GRE.
Oh yeah, okay. There were once two people with names that sounded exactly the same. The E and the A's were not the only ways that make these two characters the same. They both lived in New York and probably ate pork, and based on United States patent information, both might have used a spork. They're very old. Only one fought a duel, and Erin might think that a duel is cool. I don't know. We should probably ask Erin. That's Erin with an E. We can't ask Erin with an AA because he's not alive. Another way that he is unlike Erin. I'm really trying here. Or he might be in heaven since he studied theology, and maybe that means he's a Christian. Although he was wishing he was on the battlefield, and he turned down a safer post and promotion and did other things to which Erin would say, nope, in. That was to rhyme, it didn't really work. Although after that, Burr was driven away, if not officially, at least by public promotion. That was the end of his career, and he went to England, where he eventually was kicked out. Something that has never happened to Erin, our friend. And she is from Oregon, where Burr never went exploring again, after he once went west and came back. He went to England, which Erin has seen in, and may sometime return to again. Napoleon knew Erin, but was dead before Erin. That's AA, yeah. And so we can't know if he would have liked this Erin. Napoleon, that is. He might have conquered lots of Europe, but he wasn't a fan of the Burr trip that the older Erin proposed. So he got kicked out because he lost his clout with the fanciest dictator this side of the equator. So both ER, AR Erins probably don't like dictators. And lastly and finally, Burr was really smarmy, and his life just kept getting worse. But Erin is faring quite better than Erin, and will redeem that name that sounds like Erin. She will road trip soon, and unlike Burr, we will think fondly of her when she's driving the newfangled contraption called a car. There is one more line to fill, and we will miss her still.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I'll send it to you because it was a glorious piece of art.
Alright, the name that sounds like Erin. How'd you spell it?
AARON. Yeah, I read that and I was like, I don't know how should I do that? I thought of like sounding it out, like doing phonetic spelling, but I didn't have a lot of time.
I have a similar amount of switching of the Erin names, so I was going to gesture.
Oh.
So Erin's going to be here, E Erin, and A Erin's going to be over here. I don't get it confused while I'm doing it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Gesture at the camera, please.
Yeah. Sure. Erin. 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 Mercifully, their names are spelled differently, so we can at least discern between them on paper. At a wax museum with Erin, examining a lifelike crafted bird. Looking away for a few moments results in a panic usually reserved for losing track of which coffee is yours. Erin's the one with 2 sugars, and less vengeance. Both white-skinned humans born in America, featuring many of the same anatomical features. Examples: hair, eyes, hands. Twins in different centuries. Why did God make 2? Simple. Burr duels with men, Erin duels with real enemies. Erin versus ignorance. Only 5 paces. Ignorance counts past 5. Bang! Erin versus unpreparedness. Unpreparedness didn't bring a watch. Shows up 2 hours early, Erin's ready anyway. Bang! Erin versus apathy. Apathy doesn't put his heart into it. Bang! Apathy doesn't care he lost at all. But Erin sheds a tear anyway. Erin versus need. Erin tends to need before duel begins. Opponent ceases to exist. Bang! Celebratory gunfight. All Erin did was take down the face on the 10. Erin doesn't waste money.
That was awesome, sir.
Is that all of them?
That was
All
like-
of the poems?
Poetry and
I
not
know.
poetry.
It was actually good.
Anyone else?
Well, thanks, guys.
Is this the beginning of spoken word nights?
That's in the backyard.
Pretty soon the movies will be replaced with just dramatization.
I thought about incorporating an interpretive dance, but
That would be fitting for Erin.
I
Or
wrote a
Erin,
whole
actually.
I wrote a whole book on poetry about Bernie Sanders. I'm more than happy to go through all my things.
You wrote a poem about Bernie Sanders?
I wrote a whole book about poetry.
Does it feature poems?
It's a book about poetry, no poetry in the book.